Oh, hi, Greg. Nice to see you again.
All right, my pleasure.
Sopot Jazz Festival is coming in a few days. This year, you're the curator, the art director. This is not the first time you're gonna play such a role, right?
No, I've done it before in other situations, but this is a unique one where I have full ability to call the complete program.
And this year's main theme is East meets West, States meet Poland. What was the main key to pick such a artist, such a theme?
Well, that's the key word. I've noticed that a lot of festivals just book who's popular or who wins the polls or who's the hot artist at the time. But there's no general theme. It's just different types of music that has no connection and no thread. And a lot of these musicians, they have very strong concepts and approaches and styles and abilities. And I wanted to pair them with some equally talented Polish artists.
There are a wide variety of artists during this year's Sopot Festival. I believe jazz music is now a very wide and open genre than, for instance, at the time when you started.
Absolutely. Well, of course, things evolve and they change, and hopefully they will continue to change. The music is a global music now, more so, especially with the idea of the internet. So everybody can combine the music with their own traditions and folk music and their own perspectives of how they figure it should go. So I think we're at a really critical time in the development of this music.
We've got, for instance, Sarah Serpa and Andre Mantos who are going to play with Atom String Quartet, and Emily Weibel with Ursula Dudziak. What was the key and idea to collaborate those artists in the lineup?
Well, I wanted to pair people who I felt may be somewhat compatible creatively, but I also wanted there to be a little bit of a challenge to see if they could shake hands and meet each other in the middle. Sada and both Andre, they have somewhat classical backgrounds, but they also are very well versed in rock and other things. And Ursula, I heard her when I was 19 years old, and I always wanted to work with her. So it's a very interesting pairing with her and Emily, who is a natural descendant of her. So, and the Atom String Quartet, they're very well known, and they also improvise. So we have a lot of colors. We have a lot of possibilities for everyone.
One thing surprised me somehow, because when I saw the lineup, there wasn't an artist connected somehow with hip-hop, and hip-hop with jazz is very connectable, I guess.
Yes, but the appointment is a multi-year appointment, so we'll get around to that. Absolutely, that's something that I really enjoy. But you can't do everything, and also to just stick that in there arbitrarily, it would seem like it was forced because nothing else embraces that aesthetic. And, we will get to that absolutely, because I have some ideas that we have yet to deal with.
Main concerts is one, but there are also jam sessions. I was wondering if we can treat them equally, like the main shows during the Sopot Jazz Festival. Do you agree?
I think that the priority for jam sessions is that musicians get together, they network, and they connect with each other, especially with total strangers. That's when the magic really happens, and that's when a musician really knows if what they're doing is the right thing, if they can make music with somebody that they have no relationship with. And I take jam sessions very seriously. Sometimes it's amazing, and sometimes it's normal, and sometimes it's a disaster. But we have to do it to find out.
Have you got your own personal goal, artistic goal, through the Sopot Jazz Festival?
Absolutely. My goal is to show the possibility of healthy collaboration and experimentation, which I don't think there's enough of. Or if there isn't enough of it being presented on a bigger stage. There are small pockets of people that do things in private, but I want to show what can possibly happen when people get together that have very strong ideas. I mean, we can take this music further. It can become more popular, or popular again, and it can appeal to a younger crowd that has money to spend.
Have you got favorite artists going to play on Sopot Jazz Festival this year?
A favorite artist?
Favorite, all of them.
Yeah, they're all my favorites. That's why it's like to me, it's like a child in a candy store. You know, to be able to pick people that I like. In fact, there's so many others that I like a lot as well. I would need a festival like 3 months long in order to really exercise what I feel. So this is just the beginning.
We know your role as a curator and as an art director. So are you going to perform?
No, one of the requests was that I didn't perform, that I act in the sole role of a curator. Of course, I would love to play. I would love to play with all of them every night. And I would play at the jam session all night, too. I'm a player. I'm not just an administrator guy. You know, I'm still an active touring artist. But I can accept that.
I guess there were a lot of artists who would like to play on this year's Sopot Jazz Festival, but was there an artist that you would like to invite but couldn't come?
There's so many. I'm not going to name any names because they may be able to come another time. But the real issue is once that everybody found out that I was a curator, or once it became public, well, then my server almost crashed, because I got so many emails and so many requests on social media. I couldn't accommodate everybody. Again, I would need a really long festival in order to do what I want to do. Yeah.
And speaking of that, you are not only a musician, you're not only a curator of this year's Sopot Jazz Festival, you've got also your record label. And as I remember, you're preparing a new record. What it's going to be?
The new record will be hopefully my masterwork, because it's been a while since I've recorded. This has been about 8 years, because I've been so busy touring and running the label and doing special projects that I just haven't had time or the energy. It's really been a whirlwind of activity. But now I feel an urging to get back on the road as a leader, to show people how I've developed and grown. I've also been teaching full time as well. So it's been a nice break, but now it's time to get back to business. And my label, Inner Circle Music, is, well, I would safely say that this edition of Sopot Jazz is kind of an extension of that, which is incredible artists, collaborations, and progressive music.
And is it an artist that you would love to play on such a gig, maybe like festival or in a more private area of your dreams?
Oh man, we don't really have enough time for me to tell you all the people that I would like to play with. I mean, because it's not just jazz artists. I mean, I love world music, Afrobeat artists, different indigenous artists, hip hop, classical, chamber music. It's so many. I can't even begin to name one, because I would be leaving out thousands.
Okay, so what should we get coming to Sopot Jazz Festival from you?
You're going to get a very inspired series of performances by some incredible artists whom will leave an impression on anybody who witnesses them, and they will leave the audiences wanting more.
Okay, so let's agree and let's change it and let's check it. Thank you very much for this interview, and let's see us on Sopot Jazz Festival. Thank you.
Dziękuję.